I'm going to begin my self-image presentation, and this young man is going to be the cameraman. Thanks for coming. I'm Teresa Jones, and I'm going to begin by telling you a little bit about me. So the first thing I have to represent myself is, I think family is very important, and when I got married 5 years ago, my husband and I, we had a sand ceremony, and that was representing the combining of our families. I had my own child, plus a child with him, and then he had 4 other children. So we had the kids pour the sands in the jars to represent us uniting as a family. That's one thing. A few years ago, a friend of mine gave me this little shoe, and it's a reflection shoe. And she said it reminded her of me because she felt like I have a shoe fetish, which I do have a shoe fetish. I love shoes. And I think any shoe can be worn as long as you find the perfect outfit. And this shoe reminds me of the ocean, and I'm a Pisces and I love the water.
So am I.
The other thing I have in here, I am really into my heritage and, things that come from Africa. And so my niece had went on a college tour, not a college tour, she went on a studies abroad. And so she brought me back this little egg from Kenya. And this is also the inspiration for the name of my dog. I named my dog Kenya. Oh, that's a good Kenyan egg. And the fourth thing I have in here is this little teddy bear. Well, when I got pregnant, when I was 19 years old, and my father was very, very angry that I had gotten pregnant. And the whole 9 months he couldn't look at me and he frowned the whole time. But then when I had the baby, my oldest son, Ray, he put this little teddy bear in his crib, and he was just in love with him forever. Yeah. Then I kept the bear, and 11 years later I had Cody, and Ray, which is his oldest son, said, well, Granddaddy gave me this bear, so I wanted to keep Cody safe and comfortable. So I keep this bear as a reminder of the 2 children that I gave birth to. And finally, last but not least, my sister gave me this book almost 20 years ago, and it's Acts of Faith. I took the other cover off because it was getting pretty old, but the author's Iana Van Zant, and I love this book because anytime that I'm feeling like I'm going off track or I'm feeling angry at people, I open this up, and it's a book of meditation, so it has quotes from famous people or out the Bible, and then it has a passage that you read and you get something out of it, and then it has an affirmation that you say to yourself at the end. So I keep it on my birthday. And how appropriate is this? I'm going to read this passage to end my little thing. For March 6th, it says, education is your passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for today. And that's a quote from El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, which is Malcolm X. And it goes on to say, education is not limited to the classroom. It takes place in the kitchen, on the corner, as you ride or walk to any destination. When you listen or speak to others, and in the silence of your bedroom. Education springs forth from the books, songs, children, elders, women, men. It rises from victory, tragedy, joy, and suffering. Education does not take place when you learn something you did not know before. Education is your ability to use what you have learned to better today than you were yesterday. No matter how much you know or how you learn it, the ultimate goal of education is to give you greater insight to yourself. I am educating the world about me. Thank you. I will give you one as a gift.